it's Alyce, and it's Christmas! We've officially made it to day 25 of Bookmas, which means it is Christmas Day. So this is obviously pre-filmed and pre-edited. We will currently be enjoying either opening stockings or eating dinner at my parents' house, which will be very, very yummy. It'll be great. Gammon and cheese sauce for days and Brussels sprouts, because I'm actually a huge fan of those, which is a controversial opinion, but I thought today we would do the same video that we did last year for Christmas, which is when I share 10 books I hope I found in my stocking, because Sean always asks me for gift ideas and I can never think of any until the last minute. So last year I did this video and he was like, oh, that's 10 great ideas, but Christmas is over now. And I just thought I would punish him again by making this into a tradition and sharing another 10 books that I hope I found in my stocking, but I probably won't have. The first 2 books in this video are actually part of a series, and they are Scythe and Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman. I own 2 copies of The Toll, which is the 3rd book in the series. I've read all 3 of them, loved all 3 of them, gave them all 5 stars, and I want to reread them, but I'm just thinking it might be nice to reread physical copies instead of rereading the library e-copies that we read before. So if I found Scythe or Thunderhead in my stocking, I will be absolutely over the moon. Another book that I would be rereading if I found it in my stocking is The Girls Ive Been by Tess Sharp. This is one that I have been championing all year. It has great bisexual rep. There's a character that has endometriosis in here. It's just a riot of a time and I absolutely loved it, and I only gave it 4.5 stars, but I'm thinking on a reread I might give it 5 because I've hyped it up so much in my own head after reading it. But the only way to find out would be to reread it, and I don't really want to reread my NetGalley copy because the formatting was a bit weird on some of the bits because there are some lists and things, so it would be good to see that on the page and to actually experience the formatting as it is intended to be experienced. The next book I hope I found in my stocking is A Song of Wreaths and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown. I nearly ordered this one myself from the Fairy Trove restock earlier in the year, but then I realised it wasn't signed and I didn't get it, and then I regretted not getting it because I still want to read it, and Sean has had to listen to me whinge about this conundrum multiple times throughout the year, so I'm wondering whether he might have taken the hint and gotten me a copy of it. I've also been hinting towards the fact that I'd really like to read The Project by Courtney Summers, which hasn't actually been published in the UK, but Sean's dad lives in America, so he may have dropped a hint to Ken to say, sup swag, can you grab this book for my lady? But also I'm not too sure whether I want to read it or not because it could be a bad cult book. But it was on my anticipated reads of 2021 and it's one of the main ones that I didn't get to that I am still super interested in. So if I did get this for Christmas it would just be convenient. The next book on my list is The Man Who Died Twice by Richard Osman. This is the sequel to the Thursday Night Murder Club, and I haven't read the first book yet, but we saw the second book in a charity shop near to our house. Even though it had only just come out, it was in a charity shop, and I had work and the shop was closed, so I asked Sean to go along and pick it up for me, and by the time he got there it had already sold. So I'm hoping that was a lie and that he was the one that bought it and that it had sold to him, but I don't know whether it is or not. So this is probably the most likely one to be in my stocking, but it's still not looking too hopeful. The same with Leviathan Wakes by James S.A. Corey, because this was also in that same charity shop and I asked Sean to go in at the same time, and that had also mysteriously already sold. So either it was a really popular day in the charity shop, which wouldn't surprise me because they're really hyped releases at the moment with the Leviathan Wakes film coming out and obviously this being a new release as well, so probably not going to get them, but there's potential there. The next book that I hope I've found under my tree in my stocking is The Comfort Book by Matt Haig. I really like Matt Haig's writing. I've read some of his non-fiction, some of his fiction. I just love him as a person. I think he's absolutely wonderful. And The Comfort Book is one of his most recent releases. It's non-fiction and I'm guessing, possibly, based off of the title, it's about comfort and comforting things. And I don't know whether it could be the kind of thing that would help me with my mental health and with all of the stress and anxiety that I've been experiencing this year, but it's worth a shot. I'm also really interested in One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. This is the second book by the person who wrote Red, White and Royal Blue, and even though I didn't love that one, I've heard that One Last Stop is a sapphic romance rather than a male-male romance, so I'm more interested in it. So I think going into it, being more interested in the plot, knowing that I thought that her writing was quite good in the first book, but I wasn't really that interested in the plot with the kind of royal family and the presidential family being intertwined. It wasn't really my kind of jam. But female train sliding doors-esque romance sounds exactly like my kind of vibe. And the last book on this list today is The Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix, because this is another one that I nearly bought myself and then I was like, no, don't buy it, because I don't even know why. It was a signed sprayed edge copy in my local Waterstones and I was like, eh. And I'm mad at myself. And I'm hoping that Sean went back afterwards because he realised I would be mad at myself, because I'm really mad at myself. And if I can find this in my stocking or under my tree, my very sparsely decorated, still need to do this in the morning tree, then I would be less mad at myself, which is a good thing. And so, those are the 10 books that I hope I found in my stocking. You'll have to check back in a couple of days when we do our December/Christmas book haul, because then you'll be able to see whether my predictions were correct or whether Sean has completely failed this year's Christmas gifts. Like he would have. I'm going to appreciate whatever he gets me no matter what. This is just like a fun video rather than a serious one. I'm not actually going to kick off if I don't get any of these. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and if you'd like to subscribe, I'd be super duper grateful. I hope that you all have a very Merry Christmas with your families and that you enjoy the rest of the day, and we'll see you tomorrow on Boxing Day with a very, very big, overfull, stuffed Christmas food belly, and we will have another video for you. See you then. Bye!